Guba Diaspora Card welcomes you to the land of gold, Ghana. The Guba Diaspora Card is a unique loyalty card which gives you the opportunity to enjoy discounts of up to 15% on goods and services. You enjoy discounts of the best of hotels, amazing restaurants, beauty lounges, spas, health centers, fashion houses and shopping centers in Ghana. The Guba Diaspora Card can also be used as a prepaid Visa card with Access Bank, our partners, offering you conveniences on all payment platforms. Applications is safe, secure and valuable. Visit www.gubadiaspora.com. Guba Diaspora Card, the best traveling companion to Ghana.
I've driven 2 hours to come all the way to Winneba. Now, how do you see farming? Do you think that farming is for people in the village? Do you think it's for the poor? Or can young entrepreneurs and business people invest their time and energy in farming? Well, I've caught up with a young man by the name of SARPEI who has 180 acres of cassava in Ghana. Join me to talk more on the DENTAA Show. SARPEI.
Welcome to the cassava farm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Watch it, watch it, watch it.
There we go. Okay, so these are your farmers?
The women are my farmers.
Okay.
Currently they're on break.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes more and then we'll be done with the break.
Okay.
Then we can resume what we do.
Okay.
Yeah, ma, bema kwa, yes, yeah, beko, bio.
Enti first na so wonye adwuma. Enti se wonye adwuma no, emfa so be na ade aba obrabom.
Oh, banchi man, amama, sister, mama first no go school. Sister ad wo tun wo go school, mam che school fees, me to books, me to bibia. Sister da Mr. Sapas.
Mate. Enti obi te se SARPEI or ye young person a waba obey farming. Who ne say?
Oh, who ne say? I said sorry your family. Oh yeah, oba wa. Oh share them audition na baso. Nti me be here bia ye pisa na odemanye. Nti so odemanye da all the adwuma ye. Ma no so na yije.
SARPEI, 180 acres of land, cassava. Somebody that grew up in the USA, came to Ghana, mostly, studied there. You came to Ghana. Did you ever think that you'd get into farming?
I knew I would be an entrepreneur, but not necessarily farming, from the onset.
Okay. So what was on the onset? What did you start off doing in the USA? What were you studying?
Okay, so to start off...
You were born in Ghana?
Yeah, I was born in Ghana. I did most of my schooling in Ghana.
Okay.
Just that my parents lived in the USA, so every single holiday I spent in the USA.
Okay.
Right. And then after school, I was there, and then I had to do my master's in the USA, but I chose the option to come back home.
Really?
Right.
Why did you change your mind?
Growing up, I like to be very independent.
Okay.
I used to make a lot of decisions on the fly. Anytime I felt that something was right and had to be done, I did it regardless of
what
my parents' approval. I didn't really care what it said.
Really?
Yeah, so at that very young age, my parents realized that I was really, really independent, but it had its negative ramifications.
So what did you actually study in Ghana?
I studied computer science. That's what I studied in school.
Computer science. Yeah. What college or university did you attend?
University, Kwame University of Science and Technology. That's where I studied computer science.
Okay. So your parents said, okay, come to the USA, do your masters. You were like, no, I'm not going to do my masters. I'm actually going to come back to Ghana.
Okay, so first off, it was a fully sponsored program. My mom's employer had a scholarship scheme with one of the universities in the USA, and the guy, upon interacting with me, felt that, hey, I'm a smart kid.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So he wanted to make sure he sponsored my education, my postgraduate education. So, everything was set. I was just supposed to just do my regular paperwork and then start school. And I find myself saying I want to be back to Ghana. There there are other factors involved, but primarily, I just felt that I needed to come back home. You know, because the truth is, the opportunities are down here.
Okay. You don't think there's opportunities for people in abroad?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that opportunities abroad are few and far between.
Okay.
I mean, when you look at it, Ghana we are a developing nation. The word development means that we are nascent. We are a country that is beginning to evolve. So in the evolution of everything, we would realize that we would have to set up structures and we have to set up a machinery that would work. And that's the points that we are at as a country, as a developing country. So we need people that would find solutions in trying to set up structures and systems that work. You know, and those people are defined as entrepreneurs. And those are the people that we need here in Ghana and in Africa at large. Yeah. So I just felt that I identified with the characteristics of such people, and I needed to come back home and then do what I have to do.
So when you were in the USA, you felt that it was already developed, so there was no opportunities for you. Is that how you felt, or you felt that actually Africa is the way forward? Or
I think it's more of a personal thing. It's not about the fact that, because the truth is, I mean, I don't want to sound as if I'm blowing my own horns, but I was an exceptional student. I barely studied, but I make my grades because it comes natural to me, right? I'm that one of those people. So the thing is that
one of those annoying people. Some of us have to read and read and read and read.
That's how people used to define the word annoying.
Yeah.
Right, but I was one of those people.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I could have done my master's in whatever I wanted to do my master's in. Afterwards, guess what? There are a lot of job opportunities that wait for me, especially in the tech space. But then the thing is that coming back home would make me do things that are significant, right? You know, because I want to contribute my quota. You know, I mean, when I was in school, I was involved a lot in student politics, and I wasn't involved in politics because I felt politics was a way of just being interactive in school, but then the politicking on campus made what I did significant, because I'm helping shape the policies that you know, shape up the school. You know, so that's the significance of what I do every single day was what was very much important to me. So you are out there in the diaspora, you are doing whatever you're doing. How significant is it to your people back home? You know, and I lived most of my life in Ghana, even at a point in time where I could have lived outside Ghana. I decided to live here locally. You know. So
when you said you was involved in student politics, what type of policies did you come out with to help your school? Okay, so
when I say I was involved in student politics, you know, in politics there are people called kingmakers. Right. So
you're one of those kingmakers. So
we work behind the scenes to make sure that someone is elected as an extra president or college president. You know. That's what we did. We don't come up front. Right. So that's how I contributed my quota to student politics in my school days.
So from the school days, what did you do after school? What were you doing? I want to find out about you first before we dive into the farming.
Okay, so after school, I was all over the world. I did a bit of traveling. Right, I did a bit of traveling. I would say my traveling was more from soul searching. You know, at a point in time, no one knew exactly where I was.
SARPEI, how old are you?
Very young in school.
Look, I have your passport details. I want you to say. I don't want to say it.
The truth be told, I don't like talking about my age. Honestly, I just don't like talking about my age.
Because you are young. I want young people to see the likes of people like yourself.
Right.
Okay. And so when you put age to it, it makes people know that, whoa, this person is 20 whatever years old and is making such an impact. I don't have to be 60 before I'm doing what SARPEI is doing. That's why I want to make sure that people, okay, say 20.
I'll probably give a range.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm between 25 and 30.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
I don't want to put a number to it because it comes with its own. You understand our people.
Yeah.
The culture around your age. You know, because I interact with a lot of people with
you don't want them
ages.
to think that you're a small boy or
not necessarily,
or that you're too young to be doing what you're doing, or
the people that are matured. Whether you are 28 or you are 29 or you are 30 or you are 25, it doesn't really matter. They interact with you on an intellectual level, at a level where they think is deemed fit, the person you are having a conversation with. But I just feel like culturally, you know, when people know that you're of a certain age, they tend to treat you in a certain way, right?
Okay, so you did a lot of soul searching, you traveled a lot. What did you find within yourself? What did you find?
I found that I love to live freely. That's it. You know, I love to live freely. I love to make my own decisions. I wanted to be in a space where doing things to help people would matter.
Okay.
That's what I found. You know, because I remember very well. My mom literally broke down when she found out a few things that has to do with me not doing the master's program. You know, she literally broke down. She didn't understand.
Do you think that, you know, Ghanaian parents, they expect too much from us? They expect us to be in a particular professions that we're supposed to do, the lawyers, the doctors, and there's nothing else that really matters for them?
I think the perception is changing.
Okay.
You know, because these days, the generation that had that perception is gradually fading away.
Okay.
It still exists. Let's say about 4 weeks ago, I don't really remember, but 4 weeks ago, I spoke to my mom on WhatsApp video. And this is what she said to me. SARPEI, I am sorry.
Wow.
I apologize. I didn't listen to you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Those were my mom's words. And I said, Mom, I love you. You don't need to apologize, you know. Yeah. She felt that she had to listen to me. She felt that because one time I was on the farm on a Sunday and then she called me on WhatsApp and we're having a conversation. She asked me, where am I? I said, I was on the field. And then she could see what was happening in the background. I said, are you there alone? I said, yes, I'm here alone. I said, what are you doing? I said, sometimes I just take a drive down to the farm, sit and then read because that's where I find my safe haven. You know. And she said that she never thought that I could actually do this and make it happen. She felt that I was just trying to be just lazy and then I just wanted to do things my own way. I was just trying to be a deviant, you know. But then she's sorry and then she understands me now and she wants to support me anyway. You know.
Saying those words now, how did it make you feel?
Honestly, it didn't really change much, honestly, because I felt my mom believes in me regardless, every single step along the way. It's her prayers that keep me moving. You know, she's a very prayerful woman, and she goes on her knees every single day. And I know her prayers is what keeps me moving every single day. So it's just a reaffirmation of the fact that she keeps praying for me. That's it. That's how I felt. I felt reaffirmed. Yeah.
Well, that's just the first part. Prayers kept him going. We're going to go for a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Whether you're staying over as a business traveler or simply enjoying a relaxing holiday at Villa Monticello Hotel, you can get 15 to 20% off on accommodation using the Guba Diaspora card. Also enjoy 5% off on food and beverage each and every time you visit. Guba Diaspora Card, your best traveling companion to Ghana. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to the DENTAA Show. I'm still in Winneba, and I'm sure that you can hear the breeze, but I can feel the breeze. And I'm going to be talking to SARPEI now about how, one, he acquired the land, two, why this particular cassava, and three, where does he see himself in a couple of years' time? So SARPEI, first question is, why farming? Why? Why did you have, I mean, for somebody that was doing IT, farming, why?
So, about 4 years ago, I don't really remember the date, but 4 years ago, I was having a conversation with a friend's mom who works at Standards Board.
Okay.
We're having a conversation about the food value chain in Ghana and whatnot. And she was telling me that at a point in time that if Ghanaians knew the agrochemical content in the vegetables they ate, will probably not eat vegetables locally. So we're having that conversation, and then she spoke about the fact that the Standards Board does take samples from major markets in Ghana every now and then, and they test for the agrochemical contents in there. And she said it was really, really abysmal.
Really?
Right. You know, it was very, very bad. That's what she said. And they were trying to do things to support farmers, that farmers would grow
organically,
food, right? Basically, I mean, green food.
Yeah.
You know, you can use the agrochemicals, all right, but then use them the right way, basically. So after the conversation, I mean, I got interested, and I started delving into farming a bit more, vegetable farming to be specific, right? So I delved more, and then I started a small vegetable farm.
Yeah,
you know,
I remember.
Very, very small. You and I used to come.
Yeah.
And then I used to sell door to door. At that time, I was using my mom's one, and then I sold door to door. But we made money off it, not because we were special, but people see an educated man wearing his Wellington boots and it says, I'm selling vegetables that are grown organically and dusted.
Yeah.
You want to buy because you're buying a brand.
Yes.
You know, you're buying the hype around what I'm trying to do. You're not buying the vegetables.
Yeah, and you two, you're good at speaking. I know.
I was talking, and I would sound very, very, very convincing.
Very.
Right. So I was selling premium price. Yeah, I was selling premium price in it.
So what type of vegetables were you doing?
I was doing cucumber, I was doing sweet pepper, I was doing cabbages, I was doing lettuce.
Okay.
I did cowpeas, I did spring onions.
Okay.
And then I did some tomato as well.
Okay.
Right? That's off the top of my head.
Okay. And how long does these, like the tomatoes and
usually 3 months.
3 months, okay.
Yeah, 3 months, or sometimes even less, depending on the variety that you're growing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a particular time of year, or you can do it anytime?
No, if you are doing like mechanized irrigation farming, you can do it all year round.
Okay.
Right. You know, but I did the vegetables for about 2 seasons, and then someone introduced me to cassava. You know, the person says, you know what, I mean, cassava is a good thing, try it out. And I did about 4 acres of cassava. So I did about 4 acres of cassava.
The same place, or you bought a new land?
The same place. And then the cassava was ready, and there were these Aglima women who wanted to buy my cassava because at that point in time, I was ready when cassava was scarce. So these men came to the field.
Yes.
They harvested themselves. They churned it out into Aglima, and they paid cash.
You were like...
And I'm like...
Whoa.
I didn't even try. There was a market available, you know. So it got me very curious. And then I began reading more around cassava.
Okay.
I spoke to a lot of people that were involved in the value chain of cassava.
Okay. So what can cassava do? I know that you can make a lot of products with cassava. Can you name some of them?
Oh, cassava is the magic crop, honestly. You know, people don't know yet. The publicity is out there, but cassava can do a lot of things. First of all, I mean, cassava is a primary product.
Okay.
Coming from the farm. We use it for fufu.
Yeah.
Like, you know. And then when you do primary processing of cassava, it can be used for kukunte.
Yeah.
It can be used for gari.
Yeah.
Agblima. You know. Then we are looking at the industry.
Okay.
Industry, cassava can be churned into industrial grade starch.
Okay.
And then when it's churned into industrial grade starch, that's like a primary product for it to be churned into maltose fructose, ethanol,
wow,
high quality cassava flour, HQCF,
wow,
and the list goes on and on and on.
Wow.
You know, from pharmaceutical grade starch, yeah, on and on and on and on. You know, from Diageo, Guinness Ghana, that's the parent company of Guinness Ghana Limited. You know, ABL, Accra Brewery Limited, Nestle Ghana. All these guys are using the byproducts of cassava.
Wow.
Right, so there's a huge market for it.
What about this one district, one factory that has come into place? Do you think that's going to be more supportive into the works that you're doing?
As a whole, the policy is good.
Okay.
I think the policy should be 70% agric-based, because most of agricultural products are primary products that are being exported.
Yeah.
We need to add value to it, and then we need to send it across the globe so that our balance of trade is good for the country.
SARPEI, why Winneba? How did you acquire the land? And how were you able to expand in such a way?
First of all, 180 acres sounds huge. Truth be told, in farming, it's small.
Really? Because what I'm seeing is huge.
Yes, it's huge when you come down to our local space, you know, but in terms of cassava plantations in the major cassava industrialized countries, we are talking about Vietnam, we're talking about Brazil, Thailand. They're doing like 10,000 hectares of cassava on one space. Wow. You know, not even acres. So 180 acres is
but for a young entrepreneur, that's...
Yes, one of the things that government needs to tell the young people when it comes to entrepreneurship in the agric spaces is very capital intensive. Yeah. I'm sure we'll come to that conversation.
Yes.
Right. But let me go back to your question. Why Winneba?
Yeah.
This space is it's part of somewhat part of Winneba, but this is Gomwa.
Okay.
Gomwa Ugwakum.
Okay.
Specific,
okay.
Right? And the reason why I came to this side of town is in farming, what people need to understand is you need to go from a market to production approach.
Okay.
That way you have a ready market even before you even begin to produce.
Okay.
You know, so I used to start factory. It's located in the Goma community.
Okay.
You know, and I was producing cassava for industrial purposes.
Okay.
So I sourced my market, and I realized that okay, I need to be close to my market.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the reason why
you came. Okay. Okay.
You know, in terms of the land, you know, when you come into a community and you interact with the people, I normally, when I started farming as an entrepreneur, I don't come to the community and then I'm just coming there as an entrepreneur. I enter the community through the right channels by interacting with the people, interacting with the chiefs, the opinion leaders and whatnot. And I try to figure out ways where I can build a business that has the community centered in there.
Okay.
So from the onset, I made a lot of friends in the community that felt that, hey, what I'm doing had a positive impact in the community. So when I was trying to expand, going to them for land was not an issue.
Okay. But you know, part of this show is, you know, to encourage people or to look at people in the diaspora and whether it's worth coming to invest in Ghana. Is it worth coming back to settle? Is it worth setting up a business? What would you say to that?
I would say that, first of all, the truth is very hard here locally. Most of our systems don't work. It's really, really hard to set up. It's really, really hard to function seamlessly. You can be the best brain in the world, but the truth is, if you don't approach the problem solving locally using local techniques, you would fail. Okay. And that's the truth. But it's worth it. It's worth it because every single thing that you do back home has a positive impact on not just your life, but in society as a whole. You know, so coming back home, if you decide to come back home, then you are deciding to come back home to not only build a business, not only to make money, but then you're coming back home because you understand the bottlenecks that are ahead of you, understand the hurdles that you need to jump. You are ready to jump those hurdles and still make an impact.
So behind us,
right,
as we see, this is, so obviously we came down and that's where now they're planting the And this is where it's now growing.
Yeah.
So it takes 11 months or 9 months?
10 months.
10
to
months.
Be specific.
Okay.
This variety of cassava is called Sika Banche.
Sika Banche.
Sika Banche.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, it has very high starch content.
Okay. Also, there's different types of.
We have different varieties.
Okay.
You know, industry needs varieties that have very high starch content.
Okay.
So I'm going specifically for industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sika Banche.
I mean, my plan is to keep expanding. I keep improving my techniques into growing plantations for cassava. Then eventually, when it becomes sustainable on its own, I can finance my own factory. Right, you know. So this is Sika Banche, and
should we go down and have a look?
Let's go down and have a look. So this is Sika Banche, you know, and this plantation is about 40 acres, this particular plantation, right? And we've divided into different blocks, okay? We've divided into blocks to make the harvesting easier, you know, when you understand the different blocks of the cassava. So for example, I don't know if this one I pulled out yesterday or 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
The reason why I pulled out this one was that I was trying to figure out whether the size of the tubers, whether it's ready for harvesting.
Okay.
You know, because this about 8.5 months now. 8.5 months now. So I needed to, you know, figure out the size of the tubers.
Okay.
And this is one of the ways that you figure out.
Okay.
So I pulled it out
So
and I realized that I just pull it out of the ground. And when I pulled it out, I realized that, okay, I mean, it's getting there. So I need to wait for extra 2 months. You know, it's not ready yet.
Okay.
Right.
Do you think now we need the likes of yourself to come into the Agric space? Because before it was the poor people that were doing it. So no calculations, like you're doing, no business plan, no predictions, and you know, all the things that you're talking about, they didn't really do.
Right.
So now we need people like yourself to come into that space.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of large-scale mechanized farming, a lot of young people need to come in the space. But then the thing is that DENTAA is hard work. It's really, really hard work. You know, it's hard work in the sense that when I'm on the field and I'm working with the farmers, I don't come in and put my hands in my pocket and boss around.
You are working.
I am working with the farmers, you know. I'm on the ground if we are cutting the cassava sticks, the stem cuttings for planting purposes.
Yeah.
I'm doing that as well.
Okay.
If we are harvesting, I'm doing that with them as well. If we are transporting to the factory, we are loading it together. This way, an employee of mine will not come to the field and sit idle because I'm working.
Yeah. Is there anything that you would say to our viewers who are watching?
Well, I want to thank the people that supported me from day one. You know, I'm very, very grateful for the support. Those who believed in me, I'm really, really grateful. My mom, and I want to encourage the youth that Africa and Ghana as a space is flooded with opportunity. That's the reason why a company like KFC, that is almost defunct in the USA, can come into our local market and thrive, because there's a huge market for fast food operations, but we don't have the entrepreneurs in the space who are taking the opportunity. So they need to come out of their shells and they need to establish and then do stuff. They need to make impact. They need to have that grit, and above all, they need to have God.
Guba Diaspora Card welcomes you to the land of gold, Ghana. The Guba Diaspora Card is a unique loyalty card which gives you the opportunity to enjoy discounts of up to 15% on goods and services. You enjoy discounts of the best of hotels, amazing restaurants, beauty lounges, spas, health centers, fashion houses and shopping centers in Ghana. The Guba Diaspora Card can also be used as a prepaid Visa card with Access Bank, our partners, offering you conveniences on all payment platforms. Applications is safe, secure and valuable. Visit www.gubadiaspora.com. Guba Diaspora Card, the best traveling companion to Ghana.